What's going on, Generals? Welcome back to the BI Edge. Today, we are diving into the Southwest Queensland pipeline, its flow dynamics, seasonal impacts, and how the Northern Gas pipeline integration is shaking things up. If you're in the energy sector or love data-driven strategies, stick around. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more. Now, let's get started. So, the Southwest Queensland pipeline is a critical artery for Australia's natural gas market. In this video, we'll analyse its seasonal flow patterns, the impact of the Northern Gas Pipeline, or NGP, Northern Gas Pipeline, that stands for, integration, and what this means for stakeholders like gas producers and operators. So I'll share some insights from my perspective here based on what I've read and sort of what I've heard in industry in this video today, in addition to some Power BI insights from some of the data collected from AEMO. First, let's set the stage. Southwest Queensland Pipeline has evolved over decades to meet growing natural gas demand. Key milestones like infrastructure expansions and tech upgrades have shaped its current capabilities. Today, it's a robust system, but seasonal and external factors like the NGP integration are changing how it operates. Understanding this history helps us predict future trends, which we'll go into later in the Power BI report. Okay, so our agenda today, we're going to go through what this is, what the Northern Gas Pipeline integration has sort of meant for this section, and some of the impacts, just so we're aware before we get into the data of the context of this problem that we're solving. So overview of Southwest Queensland Pipeline. So the key stakeholders and operators here, so gas producers, so this is like your big gas-based companies in Queensland that this affects. So your Santos Limiteds, your Senex Energy, etc. Regulatory agencies, so that's like your government-based agencies, compliance, infrastructure operators, so they're your pipeline-based operators, so GLNG, that's sort of thing. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to get into seasonal flow dynamics here. Okay, so let's talk seasonal flow dynamics. So demand for natural gas fluctuates throughout the year. Think higher usage in winter for heating because people get cooler. They need to, turn on a warmer shower. They might wash their hands with warmer water, which increases the demand for water, which requires more gas. So this means supply needs to adjust too, which can be tricky because we need to, with more demand, we need to increase supply of gas. For example, temperature extremes affect flow rates by changing gas viscosity, while heavy rainfall can spike flows or even cause flooding risks. Operators manage this proactively by tweaking compressor settings and optimizing supply contracts to keep things efficient year round. These adjustments are key to balancing production with consumption, especially in a region like Southwest Queensland, where weather patterns can be unpredictable. Okay, so a lot of those can affect supply of gas. So if any of these things becomes, struggles to produce due to weather impact, then, gas shortages are inevitable there. Okay, so that's the impact of weather. So basically, the Northern Gas Pipeline integration is what I'm going to get to next here. So I just want to sort of touch on what this is. So basically, the Northern Gas Pipeline connects Northern Australia's gas reserves to the eastern markets, linking with existing infrastructure like the Southwest Queensland Pipeline. This project aims to boost supply, reliability, and market access, but it's not without challenges. Strategic connection points are crucial for optimizing gas flow, and advanced tech is being used to make this seamless. To handle the increased demand, operators are upgrading compressor and metering stations. These upgrades ensure accurate flow monitoring and efficient transport, but they also mean big changes to how gas moves through the system. Okay, so that's all the connection points here and the integration. You know, that's all streamlining and trying to maximize efficiency, infrastructure development. I'm not going to go into that too much because I'm not an expert on this, but it just gives you a bit of a context for this analysis today before we get into it. Okay, so the impact analysis of NGB on flow dynamics next. So what's the impact of NGB integration? We're seeing shifts in supply routes, which change flow patterns and logistics. Demand dynamics are evolving too. Eastern markets now have better access to northern gas, which could reduce reliance on the southwest Queensland sources. Operators need to monitor these changes closely to optimize resource allocation. Stakeholders like gas producers, this means adapting to new supply chains, while infrastructure operators need to ensure the system stays efficient under these new patterns. Okay, so once again, shifting supply routes when they change significantly, impacting flow patterns and logistics. So, that's something that we really want to look at for with this data here. We really need the data from about 10 years prior to their NGP to complete our analysis. We're just going to have a look from 2018 to the present today to sort of see how that's kind of panned out. But this is a good kind of economic problem to solve within the Queensland gas market. All right, so stakeholder implications here. So, um, you know, economically, the NGB integration offers cost savings through improved efficiencies and better supply security, which is great news for stakeholders. But there are environmental considerations too. Emissions management is a big focus, as in land use planning to balance development with sustainability. Operators are working to ensure operations comply with regulations while minimizing environmental impact, which is crucial for long-term viability within the gas market. Okay, now, we know we have there's sufficient cost savings here. Um, but with improved supply security, that's good for the domestic market because it ensures stakeholders have reliable access to resources and services. Okay, so it's good kind of forward thinking here that this has been integrated. Okay, and then we got our environmental considerations here. Okay, and just future project projections and strategic planning here. So looking ahead, what can we expect? Basically, by analysing historical data, we can project future demand patterns. And that's why getting this old data from AMO is very important to add to the model, because to forecast, you need the old data. It's very necessary. Like potential spikes in winter or growth in eastern markets, this helps with resource management and operational planning. Long-term strategies include enhancing infrastructure, streamlining operators, and fostering stakeholder collaboration to tackle challenges. Tech innovations like smart monitoring systems and predictive analytics are game changers here. So that's bringing in machine learning and AI, because this allows real-time tracking and proactive decision-making to keep the pipeline efficient. Okay, so there's going to be some big gains here in resource allocation as AI becomes more prominent. Okay, so this wraps this up now. We will get into Power BI report next. AMO Gas market insights for the Southwest Queensland pipeline performance. We've got for the Northern Gas Pipeline here, and after the Northern Gas Pipeline was integrated. Okay, this is to answer Henry's question. We wanted to know what the movements were within the market, both before the Northern Gas Pipeline and then after the Northern Gas Pipeline. And we could only get the data from the middle of 2018 present, which is here, okay? But that kind of affects our model a little bit. So I'm just going to go back to 24 here, the December 24. So we've only got 6 months here before the Northern Gas Pipeline was commissioned. Okay, so we've got September, October. We don't even have that. We've got 4 months. We've got September, October, November, December here. Okay, so we can't really conclusively use this data to sort of say, well, this is what it was like before, because we need more historical data to complete to answer his question, complete the model, which I'll try and retrieve from AMO in time. But with what we've got today, we can have a bit of a look. So we don't have the winter average here because we don't have the winter months, but we do have the summer prior to the Northern Gas Pipeline being integrated, which here was 50.92 terajoules a day here for the summer average flow. Okay, the totals are relevant. That's pretty sort of irrelevant too. And even the summer, that's only several months, so we're still missing some months there. So yeah, we don't really know here. Okay. If I want to go delivery or delivered or received, that's how I remember it, delivered and received with flow direction of gas, gas being received, or gas getting delivered. So we can have a bit of a look there and sort of have a look at those months. So this sort of in the 50s here, okay? Delivery there was 34, 47, 44. Okay, if we look at after, okay, we can really start to see that these increase. There's much higher here. But if those same months, it's pretty similar. Okay, but we can't really go off that, so it's a little bit difficult. So I'm just going to go after the Northern Gas Pipeline was commissioned, okay? And we're going to go draw some insights from this today. So 2019, the average daily southwest Queensland pipeline flow in terajoules per day was 51.85. Went up to 52.37 before dropping here from 2020 to 2021. Okay, so there might be an environmental factor here. There could be a factor that caused this, and then it went down further again here, 44.22 in 2022, before going up in 23 to 50.3 and going down again in 2024 on average to 48.54. Okay, so that's interesting, okay, as a whole. So if I want to go season next, I can go winter. So in winter, what do we sort of see? What's the winter average flow post Northern Gas Pipeline? So it's 55.79 here, okay, as an average. If I want to sort of look through this, we can sort of see it's actually dropped and it's declined over the last 5 years here throughout winter, which isn't really a good thing because demand increases due to Australia bringing in more immigrants, increasing the size of its population to fill gaps in its workforce, for example. We've seen this with housing, as I've touched on in other videos, foreign investment, immigrants driving up housing prices in this country. And if we look at this here from a demand perspective, these people, are all going to be using hot water and electricity and energy. So that's going to put downward pressure on the energy grid in Australia and especially in Queensland. Now, Queensland hasn't had the immigration that some of the southern states have had, but this is a cause for concern because there is a downward trend here in the average daily flow within this particular pipeline. Now, this is only a small part of the whole package, but ideally, I want to see this going up over time because that would say that, okay, our Australia's energy is, um, being looked sort of is we're producing the right amount for Australia's consumerism and needs. So that's a little bit worrying, and that kind of will could result in, power shortages and blackouts. So there are some things to causes for concern through this period here. If I want to look next at summer, how do we go? Okay, so we're sort of spiking up and down in summer as far as the supply goes of um, gas here. So if we look down here, yep, okay, we're going down and then back up again. So yeah, there's, I mean, didn't look too bad there in 24 as an average. Um, but yeah, it's sort of hard to sort of say. Once again, we're only looking at 5 years of data here. And I probably could improve this model by looking at it each month, which I do have over here to have a bit more of a look to get some more insights here. So I can look at the winter months here. If I go back here to summer months, we're looking here at 45, 46, 46. It's not a lot here. But then if we look at winter, we're definitely producing, well, they're definitely producing more in this pipeline, or more's flowing through this pipeline in winter comparatively to summer. But yeah, it's kind of up in the air as to uh, what that sort of looks like for Australians' energy needs. Okay, so I'm going to go other next. So this is kind of like autumn and spring. Okay, so that's winter, summer, it's autumn and spring together. So that's everything else. So if I'm looking at this, okay, big drop again from 2020. Post 2020, we just saw a massive drop, and that's consistent to the whole model here, where that drop came in. So looking at this is not good here. From here, 2020 down to 21, 22, up here in 23, and then down again. Now, um, we had the war start with Russia and the Ukraine post COVID in this sort of section here. And that's when we started to see those, geopolitical tensions sort of ramp up, and, the problems with sort of Gaza and Russia and all these places here. And, I think what sort of happened is they've sort of tried to produce some more here. But yeah, if they can't keep, um, production rates up here, this is probably going to cause some problems. This is just all my personal opinion here. I don't work within this industry. I'm just giving some educational economic outlook and my opinion based on how I sort of see it here. Okay, so I can look at the connection points next. I can sort of have a bit of a look at each connection point, sort of, through um, Roma here. I can have a bit of a look at um, Moomba, the Moomba delivery stream. Okay, you can really see here that there's quite a lot here getting produced on average in this particular regions, and that's all received. So yeah, that's flow direction there for received. So yeah, something to have a bit of a look at here. You probably want a technical expert to dive into this a little bit further. Okay, next we've got the 5-year results after the Northern Gas Pipeline was commissioned. So this is what we've sort of been looking at, just looking at it from a different sort of perspective. Total quantity of gas by year. So 2019 here, we can see the total, amount of gas that's run through the pipeline in each particular year here. We can see that we had 453,000 here, or 454,000 if you want to round up, 460K, 389K, 371K, 313K, and 426K here. Okay, so this through here, this doesn't look good, right? We're only getting back to COVID here as far as total quantity of gas by year goes now. So um, it's we still need to in 2025 realistically you need to see these meet pre-COVID levels here, I would say. Um, but that's just what I see here on the in the analysis. Total quantity by season next. So over here we've got making up autumn and spring. We have 1.3 mil here for the total quantity here of gas running through, 651K in summer, and in winter 723K. All right, and this is for all the years here. If I want to break this down, I can look at that breakdown here, just for the highlighted section, which is 24. Or I can come over here on my dashboard and go just 24. Okay, and it gives me that breakdown there. Okay, so winter here versus summer. It's not a lot extra here being produced here in winter versus summer. 2023 winter versus summer. Again, you can really see in 23 there was a lot more produced here in winter, and that's probably to meet that demand. Here, yeah, a bit of a disparity. And then we go back here in 2020, it's pretty close again, which is interesting. Okay, if we want to look at flow direction delivery, we can sort of have a look here. Delivery, we haven't exceeded what we did COVID and pre-COVID. Received or receipts, yeah, still haven't exceeded what was produced there, or what flow rate was, or total quantity of flow pre-COVID. Okay, and coming down here next, if I want to have a bit of a look, so let's just say I want to know everything about last year, okay, and I just want to look in Queensland. I'm not too worried about the connection for SA. I can have a look and it's all here. So I can look through the Wallumbilla hub. So the Wallumbilla hub seems to be quite large. So let's have a bit of a look into that. So I go Wallumbilla hub. Okay, I have the breakdown here now of the Wallumbilla hub. So that's quite cool. I can sort of look at that now and I can go, okay. And if I just want to know, get delivery, there we go. I have my delivery here. Got the total flow quantity in PJ here, which is this metric up here that I was just talking about. Summer average flow, which was 69.53. Winter average flow, 18.47 there. Okay, so I can really see what really going pretty well here throughout this particular pipeline, and what needs a bit of work just by having a bit of a look here. And then over here, receipt again or received. We're looking again, got 53,000 here, 145 and 175. So producing a lot more here for the entry delivery stream here from the Southwest Queensland pipeline from RCWP. And then I can sort of really have a bit of a look at what's going on there in Eastern Queensland. All right. And that really just allows you to drill down on it. All right, thanks for listening to me today, guys. I appreciate you checking out my Power BI dashboard on the Northern Gas Pipeline. As more data becomes available, I will go into this analysis further. Look after yourselves and take care into the next video. Cheers.